Hello everyone, I'm here to give my read aloud on my choice book, House of the Scorpion by Nancy Farmer. Um, it is a really good book. It's science fiction, and it's about a boy named Matt who is a clone of a drug lord who runs a country, and he deals with self-identity and tries to figure out who he is because he's a clone. He kind of feels like he's the son of the person he was cloned after, but in other ways he's treated like his only reason for his existence is to that El Patron, the drug lord, gets his organs if he needs them because he's like dying. So we'll start with the first quote. It's as Matt drifted to sleep, he pondered why McGregor would want a clone when he had a son. It was probably because Tom had been taken away from him by El Patron, and because Tom was an unnatural little weevil no father would like to have around. But then, Matt thought hazily, why replace him with a horribly damaged clone? And this is kind of showing how Matt is confused about his identity and what it means to be a clone, and if he really is like the son to El Patron that he feels like he is, but El Patron might not feel the same way. And Matt also has sort of a father figure. It's his bodyguard named Tam Lin, and after El Patron dies, he saves Matt because he was ordered to be put to death. But Tam Lin saves Matt, and then he elects to kill himself at El Patron's funeral by drinking poison with everybody. And this quote kind of goes along with that. It says, Tam Lin says, rabbits give up when they're caught by coyotes, Matt said after he'd calmed enough to trust his voice. He says they consent to die because they're animals and can't understand hope, but humans are different. They fight against death no matter how bad things seem, and sometimes, even when everything's against them, they win. This quote is really interesting to me because Tam Lin kind of gives up hope too, just like he says about the rabbits, because he had a troubled past, and I think that he kind of feels like he has nothing left to live for because he changed and he saved Matt at the end of or when El Patron dies, and so that's kind of interesting how it's kind of like he gave up hope and consented to death. The other part is how Matt says that humans fight against death no matter how bad things seem, and even when everything's against them, they win sometimes. And that's really talks a lot about Matt's life, because he was surrounded by evil all his life, and people in the society don't like him because he's a clown, a clone, and so he's kind of thought down on. But eventually he goes from like being the scum of the society to leading the boys against the keepers, or when he escapes, and other things he escapes the country. And the shows it's kind of like a rags to riches story, and that's why it is a really good book, and I think that all of you should read it, just like James Black told me to. So he knows his books. You should read anything he tells you to read. Goodbye. I'll see you later.